Decorate with me today on top of my china cabinet and a little bit on the inside of my china cabinet as well. I'm Marla and I am raising Cain. I loved going thrifting and decorating and just doing vintage thrift flips, just all kinds of things. Now this setup has been on my china cabinet far too long. I actually put the thermoses up there for summer and the picnic baskets because that seemed like summery kind of subject matter. But then it just kind of hung around all this time, and it's really time to refresh. Those purple berries came from the Goodwill outlets in Roanoke, Virginia on our trip last fall. Can you see how I've got that short thermos sitting on top of a blue willow cup? I mean, you can see it because of the berries in front of it. So, do what you gotta do. I do like this little collection of vintage thermoses. I think it's very sweet. I'd like to put it somewhere else when I bring it back out for summer. Or maybe they'll just take a little break since I have watched them sitting on top of my china cabinet for so many months. That was a wasp catcher that you just saw me bring down, that glass thing. And a couple of hidden items that I had no idea were up there. What else is new? And the Longaberger baskets. They are truly Longaberger, and they are in good shape. That large one still has its clear plastic liner on the inside, and I paid nearly nothing for each of them, like $3 and $5, something like that. And they're worth quite a bit more. Alright, as you can see, the oil painting up there has gotten a little slipped. It's gotten a little slipped, and it was just too hard to reach. So I've looked at it crooked for weeks and weeks and weeks. And it's really far back there. That china cabinet's rather large. I'm rather short. My arms aren't long enough to really reach it. Okay, it's going down, Mama. It's going down. Okay, can't turn it that way. Too close to the ceiling. Okay, can't do that. Okay, maybe I can just slide it over to the side. Maybe. Oh no, I'm dropping it. Okay, it fell. Well, what's done is done. I didn't even investigate. I didn't even want to know what the damage was. But there was no glass involved, it did slip very gradually, and it's tight back there, so maybe it didn't hurt. Now, that print I think is gorgeous. I love that vintage bouquet. It's got a bird in it. It's just so pretty. I went to my mother's house a few months ago and realized she had it over the headboard of the bed in her yellow bedroom. And I was like, well, no wonder I liked that picture. Okay, now I'm battling the granddaddy long-legged spiders. They're not invited in my home. I don't want them in my home. I'm not truly scared of them, but they do creep me out. And I don't know how they're getting in. How do spiders even get in your house? I don't even know. Okay, so this little lamp, I wanted it to be turned on because I was going to use it up there, but it never would come on. And then I realized why. It wasn't even plugged up. Somehow, over the course of events, over the past, few months, it got unplugged. I don't think I did it, but I live with a lot of people, so no telling what has happened. All right, I'm thinking of what I can add next, and I'm looking at the things that just came down from the top of my piano. That flow blue picture is just gorgeous, and I think it's rather a safe place. It's a safer place than I had it before, but it survived. It did all right. Those started out like a really cheap looking brass, and I painted them kind of a lavender tone. And for a little while, Mallory used them in her daughter's bedroom, nursery/bedroom. And that planter, that bust, was $12 from Pop Shelf last year. I don't think they still have them in stock. I don't think they're still selling them. But if you have a Pop Shelf near you, it's worth checking out. They have really cute things. It's like a little bougie Dollar General. or a little miniature Hobby Lobby. It's good stuff in there. Okay, so now I'm going to put a plant, and when I look at it just so, it looks like green hair coming out of the top of this male head, which I'm getting tickled at looking at myself. Okay, my dining room table is covered with most of the things that just came off the top of the piano. This is later that same day, after I did the vignette of my great-grandmother's china pattern. So now I'm adding a little whimsical thing. These little blocks that spell out KISS, KISS. Thought that was appropriate for Valentine's Day. I've had those for years, and I don't even remember where they came from. I think they might have come from the Target dollar spot, but I don't often get to a Target. I mean, I'm a full hour or more away from a Target, so that's not on my general shopping routine. Those came from the Dollar Tree. They're little tiny linen sacks with tiny pink hearts printed on them. And I replaced the cheap string that was in the top with some crocheted lace. And I thought that looked a lot better. Actually, those little sacks would look cuter if I stuffed something in them, even just a crumpled up paper towel. And I meant to come back and do that, but it isn't done yet. And at this point, maybe it won't be done. I don't know. It looks okay either way. All right, now I'm realizing I want to elevate one of the candlesticks. The one in the back needs to be a little bit higher than the one in the front. So I'm like, okay, let's see what I've got over here in my buffet drawers, which are chock full of vintage decor and china and such. All right, what is that? Oh, that's the little tiny creamer that's flow blue. That's pretty. It's got a doily in it, obviously. Naturally. Now, I tried that little milk glass thing up there, and I was like, nope, that's not gonna make me happy. So I went back to the buffet drawers to see what was over there. And I'm gonna come back with some cute little teacups that look like the Old Country Roses, but they're not. They're a similar pattern, similar roses floral pattern on there, but they're not. Okay, so I think I just tuck that around to give an added layer of too much junk, because, you know, evidently that's the way I like it. Okay, these are candle ring floral things, but I think they look good in the cups. So there they go in the cups. And as always, there's a straggler. Something always falls out. Okay. Now, I look like I'm doing the hardest thing ever. I'm just looking and I'm thinking, but guess what? I'm having a fabulous time. Don't let my face fool you. I'm absolutely thrilled to be decorating the top of that china cabinet. This is what I do for fun, y'all. Okay, I've got a stack of plates, and I think that might be a good idea to elevate. But guess what? That is just as wobbly and wonky and scary. Heaven's sake, stop that. Get those down. That'll never work. So I reach for my old standby, my old reliable books. A book is the best, most stable riser you could wish for if you're into vintage and academia. Now, this book won't even show. But lots of times I purposely stack up books and let them show, because I have vintage books in all the colors that were ever created. And they do a marvelous job of causing your decor to be on different levels to create interest. So there goes my one book. I might even go back and add one more book to make even more of a difference of height. But, you know, it's fine like it is, or I could go back. I don't know, I'm pretty busy. I might never go back. I keep looking in the camera so that I can see how it looks, and to also make sure that I haven't accidentally edged my way out of the action, out of the frame, because sometimes I do that. I don't mean to. Okay, now there's my gorgeous bust planter, head planter, with that long droopy eucalyptus that came from Hobby Lobby. And as you can see, the little blocks, I think the typeface, the font for the KISS, that's a very old-timey looking font, and I love that. And there's the pretty little cups. I might have a set of 4 of those with the saucers and a little teapot. Now that I'm wondering, I want to go look and see. There's the inside of my china cabinet, and I did add a little rustic metal basket with some florals coming out of it. And the bird cage, I've had that for so long, I literally don't remember where it came from. It's obviously thrifted, but I don't know where I thrifted it. I put my oil lamps that my brother and sister-in-law gave to me, I put them on the corbels that are on the left and right. And then I did add one of those little candles without a lampshade. You know, the mini tiny lampshades that go on a chandelier? Well, they will fit on one of these little Christmas candles, and I think they're adorable. That's just a tiny lamp back there, that other one. But it's a really small lampshade. I think maybe that lampshade came with that little tiny lamp. Hard to remember. Now, I'm a night owl, so I did a lot of this at night. I love my house at night when it's so quiet. Everybody else is asleep and doing their own thing, and my dog's snoring, and I'm just having all these ideas, and I'm just doing things. I mean, you know, who needs sleep? A lot of times I can't sleep because I have a lot of autoimmune issues and I hurt sometimes. So I would rather just get up and do something fun than toss and turn or sit there and try to go to sleep when I just can't. My daddy made those corbels. Just so you know, he's a master carpenter. He does great work. He's 85. He still builds stuff. In fact, he built that dulcimer. He made it. Can you believe that? I can play it, but it's a secret.